Yo guys, and welcome on in. It's Wednesday morning. The patch preview just dropped with Mashu and New. I just watched the entire ReZero announcement patch. I'll go ahead and make a separate video for all the other stuff that's not included, by the way, guys. The collab wasn't even the biggest part. There was a new ML5, crazy new 3-star, some exclusive equipment. That'll be a separate video. Today, let's talk about the new ReZero characters, heroes that are being introduced, and I'll give some, first impressions on their kits, their skills. But until we know the multipliers and things like that, guys, I can't tell you for sure which ones are like safe skips or must-haves. Just understand they're all limited, so try to get all 3 if possible. You never know how good they'll end up being, especially in future content, things like that. But we can go ahead and talk about first impressions. Other than that, y'all, the other things you need to know are Emilia right here, in case you don't watch ReZero. Emilia, the front character, and Rem, the blue-haired maid, will be available as early as this Thursday, both of them, August 5th. And I believe, I don't know if they said it explicitly, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be individual banners. I think they said previously that new characters will not be in group banners, so we can safely assume they'll be on their own banner. And then Ram, the pink-haired maid, will be available via free through the side store. I'm assuming you have to grind her like you did for Soul in the Guilty Gear collab using energy, okay? So let's talk about the 3 heroes. ReZero has dropped. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think about not just their kits, not just their skills or how strong they'll be. You can let me know that too, but just overall what we think about ReZero now that we know the 3 characters are Emilia, Rem, and Ram, especially for my ReZero fans and those of you that are gonna or haven't watched it. Check it out. I think it's pretty good. I think it's really good, but it's not personally for everybody. But yeah, let me know how you end up liking it if you do, and what you think overall for the Epic 7 collab. All right, let's get on with the video. Alrighty, y'all. So let's look through the heroes, and we'll just use the patch preview with Mashu and New as our video guide. So let's scroll over to Emilia, who'll be the first one we talk about. Guys, she looks great. She looks exactly like she looks in Season 1. My only disappointment is there's no Puck being featured. If those of you that watch ReZero, you know who I'm talking about. Think of, guys, if you haven't watched ReZero, he's like Arky. He's her kind of like her summon guardian. But overall, she looks great. She is a Ice Soul Weaver with attack imprint and effect resist imprint concentration. I was not expecting Soul Weaver, guys. I don't think a lot of us were, but it is what it is. I was thinking more mage. But let's go ahead and talk about her kit, because I think she's actually pretty good. Not the most exciting, in my opinion, but I think she's going to be very good. So let's look at skill 3, Divine Protection to the Great Spirit. The skill 3, 5-turn cooldown, 4-turn after Molagora, with a big heal and buff, or excuse me, a barrier for 2 turns. Mount recovered, of course, scales with her health. So we're going to want to build her with health, like a lot of Soul Weavers. Let's go ahead and watch the animation real fast, guys. Let's scroll to it. Skill 3 animation. Looks really, really good. I like it. Okay, so that is the skill 3. Let's go ahead and look at skill 2, Spirit's Blessing. I think this is going to be the really good one. I was talking with my mod, Red, about her kit, and I missed the fact that this has a -1 turn cooldown. So it's going to be a 2-turn cooldown on her skill 2, and it's actually really crazy because she dispels 2 debuffs. So remember, her skill 3 also dispels 2 debuffs. This will be only on a single target. However, it also increases attack for 2 turns, and with a 2-turn cooldown, that's 100% uptime on her applying attack up, right? The unit may not always have attack up if they cycle fast, etc., if they take multiple turns, but the fact that she can keep attack up for 2 turns while also having a 2-turn cooldown on the skill is really crazy. You add on the fact that it has a 50% combat readiness push, and that 1 DPS you're going to be using is going to get insane buffs, speed, and then she also gives herself a 25% combat readiness push to also just cycle a little bit faster back to the 2 turns, okay? So I think the skill 2 is absolutely amazing. The soul burn is okay. It'll just give more healing. Who knows how needed that is. If unit is low, though, why not, right? It seems fine. So let's go and look at the animation for it. Give it a second. And once again, I'll edit this in so it's much smoother, much faster. Here's the skill 2 animation. Okay, and in their example, they're using Spectre Tenebra, as you saw there, that cleansed, and now another example gives the attack up. Okay, looks good. And last but not least, her skill 1, Huma. This is nothing really to talk about, guys. No CR push or anything like that. It's kind of just like Ruel or some other, like a Celestine kind of skill 1. Just does some healing. Let's go look at the animation real fast for it. Okay, just throws like a little ice shard out. Looks fine. Now let's talk about the artifact, y'all. Guardian Ice Crystals. So it gives a passive 15% ER, which is nice on a Soul Weaver. So we have a stat stick artifact, lots of health, When an ally's health is 50% or less after being attacked, recovers health with ally by 10% and then 20% at max limit break. I don't really know what to think about this one, guys. The fact that it's limited though means you will want to pick one up. Remember my advice. If you end up getting Emilia early, just grab one, even if you don't think it's great with powder. If you have a lot of powder saved up. Otherwise, this one, I don't know. Wait on my future opinions if you stop by the streams, because right now I don't think it's too great. I think like the fact that other Soul Weaver artifacts are so strong, like Rod of Amaryllis, Touch of Rakos, the fact that your ally has to be less than 50%, it's a little bit iffy. We may miss value on it. The ER is nice, I guess, but overall I don't think it's that good for now. Okay, we'll see. I'll think on it more. But overall, Emilia looks really good. She's not super exciting by any means, but I think people will want to use her over, for example, like DN. DN will get all allies with attack up. Emilia will only focus on one, but she'll also provide the extra cleanse, much more cleansing, probably more overall healing, definitely more overall healing, as well as the constant attack up and the CR push on one DPS of your choice. So if you like to protect one unit, kind of have like one unit carry like a Landy or a Spectre Tenebria, I think Emilia is going to be very, very nice and a tankier comp. So I'll definitely pull for her. Not, like I said, not exciting, but I think she'll be very, very good for a Soul Weaver. Okay, boys, let's move on to the next unit or hero. Right here, if you were watching live, there was a little bit of intermission, of course, but next up, guys, we have Rem. Let's watch the intro together real fast, because I think it's so dang good. She is my favorite, by the way, y'all, of the three, of course. We have Rem, an Ice Warrior. Let's go ahead and look at the kit. So she's an Ice Warrior. Scorpio means she'll be, I think, tankier than normal, right? Higher attack and health, I believe, is what they said. And her imprint concentration will be crit chance. So if you did want to get multiple copies of a unit, guys, Rem would be a nice one, because crit chance is very, very powerful, makes gearing much easier, and in my opinion, I think Rem will be the most fun, the most exciting, the most unique overall. Okay, imprint release for health, but we'll probably want it on crit chance if we do end up getting imprint. So let's go ahead and look at her skill 3. That's what we saw in the intro. We'll look at it again. I will punish you, increase the attack of the caster. So she has self attack up, which is always nice. 3 turns is huge, by the way. -1 turn cooldown, so it'll be a 4-turn cooldown. It's an AoE attack, all enemy attack, that has decreased hit chance, which looks like it's 100% chance for decreased hit, just like Arbiter Vildred. Very, very good. That's one of the best debuffs you can do. And then also gives yourself a 50% CR push, which is huge. So the skill 3 looks nice. Of course, we'll have to see the multipliers. But let's go ahead and look at the skill animation one more time, because it's so dang good. Gosh, she is cool, guys. I love it. She's my favorite of this entire thing by far, and I think I will try to pull for multiple copies. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at her skill 2, A Maid's Pride. This is a passive when somebody dies. So this is very interesting, y'all. I believe this counts your allies as well, or an enemy. So if anything on the field dies, dispels all debuffs from the caster and grants demon mode, which is so badass, for 2 turns. It can only be activated once every 5 turns, so you can't permanently stay in there. But when an ally, except for the caster, is attacked, this is an extra part of the Maid's Pride, has a 15% chance and 20% after Mola to Iron Strike, which is like a counter strike move that will take priority, in case, I guess, you have counter set or something. But demon mode, immunity buffs, and she also cleanses debuffs, ignores effect resist when attacking, and then this effect only applies to hero skills. Demon mode cannot be dispelled. Iron Strike would be a counter that hits all enemies and increases their buff duration by 1 turn and making them unhealable for 1 turn. So wow, she also does a lot of debuffs, guys. So more utility than just a damage unit. Now it may be hard to activate this, but I'm thinking either she kills something with her skill 3 for multipliers are nice, or just run her alongside someone like Arbiter Vildred, a must-answer unit that's squishy, that they have to kill, and Demon Mode will probably get activated, right? And you're going to see why we want to activate Demon Mode, because her artifact kind of also synergizes with this. So anyways, let's check out the animation for skill 2, Maid's Pride. It's also going to show the Iron Strike ability, the counter. Here's skill 2. So Arbiter Vildred, I believe, comes back. He was dead, so Rem has Demon Mode activated. Iron Strike hits everybody. Looks amazing. That's such a cool animation. It hits multiple times. And yeah, it's AoE. That's with the Demon Mode activated. So skill 1, Leave It To Me. Attacks the enemy with a Morning Star with a 35% chance to decrease defense. So 50% chance at max Mola. 2-turn defense break, guys, is pretty nice. And when you're in Demon Mode, you get an extra attack with the same skill. 100% effect chance on soul burn. So if she's in demon mode and you want to soul burn that, you hit them once with the defense break, 100% chance, and then you get to hit them again for that extra damage break, the damage bonus because of the defense break application. So let's go ahead and look at the animation, and I believe they'll show us the extra hit here. So she is in demon mode, attacking Arby, and then she gets the hit again. If the unit dies, she hits another unit. Okay. All right, now let's check out her artifact, Azure Comet. Just like the Emilia one, we get another stat stick item, increase crit chance by 15%. If we combine that with her passive, boys, it's going to be very easy to gear her, I think, to make her very bruiser. Because I think we do want to make sure she survives until somebody, either she kills somebody or someone else dies, either on your team or the enemy team, obviously. So when somebody dies, like her demon mode, we want to... The reason I think this... So this might be hard to achieve. Having an artifact where it requires someone to die is not that great, right, guys? Because in a lot of matches, especially if you're fighting Bruiser versus Bruiser or Knights, and there's a lot of Soul Weavers, nothing's dying. However, I think the way we want to pick or draft Rem is to make sure something dies eventually, maybe quicker than later, so that we can activate Demon Mode. So if we have that kind of mindset and where we bring her, I think it'll be easier to achieve this. And that's going to just give her, once she activates demon mode, remember, she also gets the CR push. She'll get another 24% at max. So I think this will be pretty good for her. I don't know if it'll be best in slot. I'm thinking something like Draco Plate will just be amazing. You could also have a lot of other warrior artifacts that could be great too. But yeah, I think Ren will be my favorite overall. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm trying to think if I want to build her. Maybe lifesteal set, maybe just a classic speed set. Counter could be decent, but she already has a built-in counter, and remember, Iron Strike takes precedence over the counter set, so probably a speed or lifesteal set. Definitely tankier than normal, but enough damage to make sure either something dies, or we want to bring her with a squisher unit like Arbiter Vildred or someone that's kind of expendable, either with a revive or, you know, they do their damage and then die. But overall, yeah, I really like Rem. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, y'all, last but not least, we got Ram, the free hero. This one will be much quicker because I think her kit is much more simple. Not bad by any means, but definitely more, you know, it definitely seems like a free hero kit a little bit, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Let's go and talk about her skills. Her stat line first, Earth Mage, with a effectiveness, imprint, concentration. So keep in mind, we probably will be able to triple S her very easily. Everybody will be able to, and you'll be able to summon or obtain her for free, as confirmed. But think of like Soul, we'll probably be able to get multiple copies so we can triple S her. Remember to always use those copies to 6-star her on the way. Don't just throw them in immediately. Use those as the fodder to 6-star her. And I think that'll be a quick and easy 6-star Earth Mage Ram, which I think she's going to be very nice for PvE. That's why I said her kit is a little bit more basic. So let's talk about skill 2. What are you looking at? She just gets a passive 30% attack with 100% after Mola. Effect reduction of combat readiness, so basically she can't be pushed back at all. 100% is kind of crazy with 30% attack passive, so a pretty cool passive. I'm not sure how many applications I'll have for PvE, but I guess there are a lot of bosses, I think like Hollow Trials and Abyss, that do CR pushback, so that'll be nice. She'll never get budged at all. And oh, let's look at the animation. Oh, sorry, that's the passive. There'll be no animation. Let's look at El Fura, her skill 3. 5-turn, 4-turn cooldown after Molagora, which has a defense break, 100% chance, and increased attack greater for the caster. So, kind of crazy. Let's look at the animation here in a second. But self-gab, self-greater attack buff is huge, and 100% chance to defense break is really nice. Skill animation looks very good. I don't even know if, guys, did they show that in Season 1, or is that a Season 2 skill? Anyways, Ram skill 1, how boring. Attacks the enemy with wind with a 60%, 75% chance after Mola to decrease attack. It's only 1 turn, which is a little bit weak, but that's okay for a skill 1, I think. And then when the caster is buffed, that becomes a 100% chance to decrease attack. Soul Burn for 10 souls, you can attack all enemies, which I guess is nice if we want to apply a lot of debuffs. But overall, it seems okay. A little bit boring, like the skill says. Let's go and look at the animation here in just a second. Okay, here's the skill. Okay. Are they going to show us the Soul Burn? Alright, so the Soul Burn does have a different animation. Very nice. Okay, last but not least, let's look at the artifact, which I'm assuming will also be able to farm multiple copies of these. Increases attack by 15% when attacked by an elite or boss monster. So remember, guys, PvE. She seems like a very PvE-oriented kit, as well as her artifact. Damage decrease is suffered by 10%. So it's kind of nice. 50% 50% attack is nothing to scoff at. Another stat stick artifact, just like the other two. And the fact that it decreases damage suffered, it seems like it'll always be pretty decent. Now, it is a mage exclusive, and we have a lot of other powerful mage artifacts, even for PvE, like Caladra. Even Tagahel's is still good there. Sierra Ren. You have Etika's Scepter. There's so many good mage artifacts. I'm not sure how usable this will be. So, we'll have to see. Is the survivability actually warranted? Because 50% attack, while decent, I think some of the other major artifacts are just better. But the fact that it's free, maybe we'll find some uses for it here and there, okay? Anyways, guys, that wraps up the 3 heroes. Don't forget to let me know what you think overall. Which ones are you most excited to summon for? The fact there's only 2 summonable ones, I think everybody should be able to get all of them right if you've been following my advice and saving. So good luck on your pulls, boys, and keep an eye out for the next video, which is going to cover the rest of the patch notes. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much always for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one.